Hey guys, Darkster here with another book review for you guys. This one is on Halo: The Fall of Reach by Eric Nyland. I've been reading this book for a little bit. I finished it about 2 days ago. Gave myself 2 days to kind of think it over, think over how I feel about it and all that. And let me just quickly go over the summary of the story and where it fits into the Halo universe, and then kind of give my opinions on it. Hopefully, I can keep this under 5 minutes by doing that. Basically, this is the first book in the Halo series that was released. It is not chronologically the first book. I'm pretty sure it's not. I need to check it. I need to look into that. But it's the first book that was actually released in the series, and this is a prequel to the first Halo game, which is Combat Evolved. The overall story of this game, the overall summary, I guess, would be no spoilers, by the way. But the thing is, most people that have played Halo kind of know what's happening in this book. Like, if you have not played Halo, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But, you know, Halo players pretty much know what's happening in this book. All the book does, though, is give you far more detail on what happened. Because in the Halo series, you kind of hear light bits and pieces of what happens in the book. But this basically lets you see and hear what actually happened. Like, you're there in the fight. But basically, it follows the recruitment and the creation of the Spartan 2s. The original, well, not the main group, the group that is known to be the Spartans, you know, the group that consists of, you know, the Master Chief that we all know now as Spartan 117, the guy on the cover right there. You can actually see the 117 on his chest there. And this is basically following them, and he's the main character. All the best Halo games had him as the main character too, so I mean, he's the best character, I think. Except, you know, ODST and Reach. I hated those two games. That's just me personally, but whatever. And it basically follows John 117, John Spartan 117. There are also some light chapters on Sergeant Keyes, who also, I believe he becomes Captain Keyes at some point. And even those chapters are fairly interesting when you see him. His chapters aren't as action-packed as the Spartan ones are. The Spartans are on the ground doing missions and stuff. And then Keyes is kind of on a ship. But even then, they have crazy stuff. Like when the Covenant ships come to attack them and all that. And he's like ordering maneuvers and things like that. That was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. Didn't think I would, but it was pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, overall, the book-wise, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And I didn't expect to be honest. To be honest, I had the thought process that game-written novels or novels based on video games and stuff were just not very well done. And this is based off of reading the Guild Wars books, something of Ascalon, a horrible book, and Edge of Destiny. Edge of Destiny wasn't too bad, but the Ascalon one was just so dreadful. Horribly written, characters were boring beyond all belief. It was just, I don't know, it was just a really badly written book and badly done book, and it was a stupid story. You know, it was a stupid story. It's like I didn't give a fuck about the story at the end, you know. And Edge of Destiny was a lot better, but it still wasn't that great. And another game book, you can just say all the Guild Wars books aren't that good, but I read Arthas: Rise of the Lich King, and in this book, the overall story, or the lore, the overall background story was extremely good, but just written badly, and the writing made the characters almost seem less interesting than they actually were. If I didn't know the overall story of Rise of the Lich King before I read the book, I probably wouldn't have even thought the whole story was that good. The thing was, I knew the story was epic and amazing and stuff going into the book, so it's just kind of background information given back to me. So I knew it was great, but the thing was, if I didn't have that information beforehand, I would actually left thinking, hey, this book sucks and this whole story sucks. So I had this bad mentality about gaming novels as they're just badly written literature. But no, Fall of Reach completely took that thought process out of me. It's like, this is a very well written book. It's an easy read. Don't get me wrong. It's an easy read. It's a quick read, especially compared to something like A Song of Ice and Fire. I compare everything to A Song of Ice and Fire. It's like, is this as hard to read as A Song of Ice and Fire? No? Okay, it's an easy read. And this is an easy read, if you ask me. You can get through it fairly quickly. I got through it in about 5 days, I'd say. And it's good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you're a fan of the game, you will enjoy it. You'll get a lot of information about the game from this book. I highly recommend you read it for that. If you're not a fan of the game, if you've never played a Halo game, you don't even know what Halo is, maybe, or if you're just a reader, This is actually very entertaining too. This is no Ender's Game, you know, it's not. But the thing is, it is thorough. You know, you will find things that you enjoy. If you like sci-fi, for instance, this is just a good sci-fi book, excluding the universe and all that. Let's just act like the Halo games never existed. Let's just act like the books after this don't exist. If this is the only piece of literature that is existent of the Halo universe, it is just good literature. It is just well written, very entertaining, and follows a great story. You know, that's all there is to it. So I personally highly recommend it. All fans should read it, and just readers that like to read sci-fi should read it. You know, it's a great book. And I think, yeah, that's about it. Please subscribe, rate, and comment. And Darkster out. Peace.